discuss this that particular question more exhaustively at some point. But just as Noel has said, let me pick from where Dr. Eda started, that she lost enthusiasm in life at some point. The same applies to me. You see, at around age 13, 14, when I was in class 7, thereabout, I was asking myself, why do I have to live? Yeah, if life, because I did not like waking up early. I still don't. But then I had to wake up early, go to class, come back. Then I was told in secondary school, it's the same. You wake up. Thankfully, I did not go to any boarding school. Probably that's part of the reason. Yeah, I understand people are waking up at 4, 5, or even earlier. At one point, we went for an exchange program. I went to Agorosari for one night only. I cursed that day. I still curse it to date. That they forced me to read up to, I think, 11 something, and then somebody comes to wake you up, I think around 3 or 4. I don't like that idea. And I was imagining, is this the way life should be? And I was told that, you see, at least when you're in school, there are holidays. That after school, now you get to job, and it's all the days. Yeah. And then you are given some few days in a year, 21 days, whatever. And I felt like I really do not want to be that type of prisoner. And I was wondering, why do people work? Do they just work to go eat? And in fact, if I had grown with that mentality, I wouldn't have been the person I am today, because there was no enthusiasm, there was no motivation at all. But then in class 8, towards the end, when I was seeing people repeating, yet they passed. And I was wondering, I started questioning myself and interrogating nature. How come some people are more successful? How come some people live in bliss and abundance, others don't have? How come we don't have? Are we the children of lesser gods? Is this God, does he treat people fairly? Does he give equally, or where do we go wrong? And that became my mission. I wanted to find out what makes people different, achieve differently, because I believe that if God is love, then he must be love for everybody. Then we must be the people, there must be something that we don't understand. So I wanted to understand that and share it with people. And I found the mission that I wanted to live for. And so to date, I live to equip and inspire. I seek knowledge, I seek the truth, and I give it, I share it as it is, if somebody's life can change. So I believe I'm trying to grow to my max and sowing seeds that benefit others. Coming back to your to where Maurice picked it, all problems are blamable on the leader. There are no doubts about that, no debates, because the leader determines. If I am leading an orchestra, this orchestra, like we've given an example of, this is a university band. It is for the entertainment of the university. I am recruiting people. I should be recruiting people whose mission, or who are going to fit into the mission of this organization. Somebody's mission is to be the best guitarist. I am going to pick this best guitarist to be amongst my guitarists in the orchestra. So he is pursuing his mission in the big mission of, we are going to produce the best music. I'm going to pick a good vocalist, a good oboist, a good uh, violinist, because it is their passion to become the best, to produce good music using their instruments. And so they fit in, and each will be disciplined, each will be working hard towards becoming their best, as we work towards making the best orchestra. And so I will not pick somebody who wanted to be a doctor, some other doctor who wants to, his mission or her mission is to become the best doctor, but not really interested in music. But because this was the opportunity available and they applied, and so we pick him and put him there. This person is not the type that should fit in here. So that is part of what we need to check. And the other thing is, if I am, say, I am an accountant, which organization, and this one I always talk to people when I'm giving career talks. I ask people, choose exactly where you want to work. It is not that you are applying and applying to every organization. I want to be an accountant, just like now Noel was saying. You are an accountant, but now you are working for an organization that pursues a mission you do not want. If you want to be an accountant and you want to be the best accountant, you also need to plug into an organization that is pursuing the mission that you want to achieve, the mission that you can relate with. And so when you are working on their books, you're working on their books to make that organization strongest with respect to records, with respect to your domain. You are working to build the same unit. Let me give you an example with Rotary. I am in Rotary Club of Milimani, and I have a friend called Jane Beria. She's now located in Nigeria. Now, Jane was telling me that when she was the president of the organization, she chose to, because she's an accountant, she's a CPAK, and has done all sorts of courses with respect to finance. She chose to make the books the strongest. Why? The organization needs to be strong in accounts so that it's able to achieve the mission. And so each and every one of us, when we are going to plug into some system, we should plug in bringing our best to achieve the best. Now, here is the other thing. Most people keep thinking that opportunities are scarce. Opportunities are never scarce. It's only that we are looking for wrong opportunities. If we become our best, we will always get the best places, because if we'll even be headhunted. So your statement was you find yourself. You cannot find yourself. You take yourself there. You apply, you contest, you go for interview, you prove that you want that job, that you can do it, and things like that. So let's be in charge. Let me give you another example. When I got out of college and I loved IT, I was going to, I applied to go and train at IT in Westland Symphony with IAT. And they asked me, where would you like to work? Would you like to be in Nairobi, Mombasa, wherever? And you know, that is a question that most people say anywhere. Why? You do not know whether there is job in Nairobi. I'm flexible. I told them I can only work in Nairobi and nowhere else. Why? I wanted to be where I wanted to live, and I wanted to also live with my family. The same thing happened when I changed jobs like 2 years later, working in the Africa Online. They asked me, how flexible are you? Would you like to work in Mombasa? They had a branch there. I said, no, no, no. I can only work in Nairobi. Opportunities are never scarce. We must set in our minds exactly what we want. I want to work with an ISP. I got it. I did not even know which ISPs were there. I chose to be in IT, and I found I got that. So if you get early this year, we started by that element of setting goals and getting to know what exactly we want. And now that should be able to relate to our mission. And I believe even in the next chapter, we'll be discussing a bit about how to manage that. So to this extent, I want to stop it there. If there are, because I know there are two people probably who've not spoken, then we can close. Thank you.
Okay.